the solid feel of Bill's large hand circling hers as they walk along the street. She skips a few steps, looking up to watch his velvety dark face outlined against clear blue sky. He swings her up on his shoulder. Low-hanging, leafy tree branches brush her face. She leans against him, breathing in Alamine's hairdressing. Papa, tell me what all I'm gonna be and do on my short walk. Well, what short walk? Life, Papa, life. Well, you'll be a great lady. I guess the question I would ask is optimism foolish or is it useful? Enter Masha and Medvedenko. This scene starts the moment that you wake up. Healing ourselves is the personal movement we embark on to let go of all the conditioning that limits our freedom. In this journey, there will undoubtedly be moments of bliss and difficulty. Real happiness and wisdom grow from the reality we experience, not from the fleeting moments of bliss that we feel. A broad path lined with trees leads towards the lake in the distance. A small stage has been set up in the middle of the path with the curtain drawn so the lake is hidden. Bushes to the right and left of the little stage. A few chairs, a small table. It's just after sunset. On the little stage behind the curtain, Yakov and another workman are busy. Sounds of coughing and hammering.
You have reached the basement. On this floor, stay as close to the ground as possible. The objective is to use your core and arms to move you from point A to point B. You will find spaces where flexibility is needed. You are beginning to work on building your strength in the arms and in your core. Release.
Returning from a walk. Did anyone find any new discoveries? I don't think we have any alternative other than remaining optimistic. Optimism is an absolute necessity, even if it's only optimism of the will, as Gramsci said, and pessimism of the intellect.
Floor 1. You can begin pressing into your hands to come up slightly off the ground. You're starting to build your chest muscles, arms, and continuing to build your core.
I don't know whether I would have survived had not movements survived, had not communities of resistance, communities of struggle survived. The way he has them move through the play are also telling of who they are as a character and what their real true intentions are. So whatever I'm doing, I always feel myself directly connected to those communities, and I think that this is an era where we have to encourage that sense of community, particularly at a time when neoliberalism attempts to force people to think of themselves only in individual terms and not in collective terms.
Floor 2. You can begin to come to your feet, but your knees must remain bent. You're working on your stability in your core, beginning to initiate your quad and butt. Working through these 3 levels, basement, floor 1, and floor 2, you are beginning to build a foundation upon which you can rely.
Take a look, it's in a book, Reading Rainbow. I can do anything.
One morning, in the middle of the year 1900, in a 2-room shack in Charleston, South Carolina, Bill James has a comforting breakfast of mackerel and hominy grits. Jesus looks down from the wall with compassion, down from his frame of pink and blue seashells. Bill is lean, good-looking, and keen-featured. His skin is dull, velvety, almost blue. Gently puffed lips glow grape purple against strong white teeth. In one knotted, work-hardened hand he holds a newspaper, in the other a piece of fried fish. He shakes his head slowly, with great authority. Etta, this world is something. First one thing, then another. What are the things in the micro that are affecting our entire day? Anyone? It is in collectivities that we find reservoirs of hope and optimism. Draw something. What was I looking at on the phone? The news?
Explore. Once you've learned these 3 floors, see where they can take you. Finding different combinations, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 1, 3, and so on. Discover something new, a new direction, a new opportunity.
Good morning. Good. Good morning. Good morning. What's good about it?
All that news happened so long ago till folks done forgot. I'm gonna buy a new one when new things start happening. No point in buying the same news every day. That's not serving me. Then make a choice to change it.
Indecision. It's an obstacle.
It's not until our conscious and subconscious align that then our body knows which direction to move in. What has kept me going has been the development of new modes of community.
What's the goal?
Apple. Yes.
Cord does what all other bereaved mothers do. She gazes into the baby's face, studies its open eyes, speaks to it briefly, then unwraps all the wrappings right down to the belly band. She examines each leg and arm, gently smooths her hand over the stomach bandage, eases the child over to examine the back, all the creases and folds, right down to the soles of the feet. She is very weak and it takes effort to ease the infant back into her wrappings. So let me get this straight. So all I gotta do is lie on the ground on my back and breathe. And I can move around on the ground, but I can't move off the ground. And if I want to come to my stomach, I gotta fold into myself, also stretch in order to get there. And then I can move around the flow like a DJ spins a record. And then eventually I can push myself back onto my feet, but my knees have to stay bent. And that's as high as I can go. And that's called basement to floor 2. And move it all around.
If the mind is stuck, move the body. If the body is stuck, move the mind. In time, you'll find what you're feeling for.
To the moment that you walk out of your bedroom door. Yeah. So, but will I get abs though?
You can do anything.